forms, serving the other parties, the response of the other parties to the forms, questionnaires from the tribunals to how do you want us to handle this matter, what is your response. It is when we are through with all those things I've just enumerated, then we can now be talking in terms of call your witnesses.
They welcome the decision of the tribunal. Mr. Kehinde Ayantunji, who represented the first and second petitioners, and Dr. Akindele Adekunle, who stood in for the second and third respondent, also spoke on the decision of the tribunal, applauding it and expressed their readiness for the pre-trial.
The lawyers have said that as petitioner, both the first and second petitioner, we are fully prepared for the trial of the case, and we are ready. You can see our lawyers, they were already armed with necessary documents to prove our case, but the tribunal in their own wisdom want to give the respondent their 7 days opportunity of responding to some of the documents we have filed before tribunal, and our lawyer never opposed to that, because fair hearing is one of the fundamental rudiments of fair justice.
Fair enough. This is the foundation of the proceedings, and we're happy that everywhere is peaceful.
Recall that the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) and Governor Adegboyega Oyetola had filed a petition rejecting the result of July 16 governorship election in Osun State, as declared by INEC. OSBC News observed tight security at the venue of the sitting, with the eagle-eyed security personnel in and around the High Court premises. Okefia Oshobo, Adeyemi Aboderin, OSBC News.
In the meantime, those that are new to the criminal justice system often wonder what a pre-trial conference is and what purposes it serves. Once again, Adeyemi Aboderin spoke with legal practitioners on what pre-trial conference, which commenced today, will serve the Osun governorship election petition before the tribunal. His report.
According to findings, a pre-trial conference, also known as settlement conference, is a meeting between each of the parties involved in a lawsuit, their respective lawyers, and a judge. The pre-trial conference serves several purposes. First, the process to be followed at trial will be discussed. The judge will verify that each side is prepared for the trial. Timing issues such as the number of witnesses and the order in which they will testify will be discussed to ensure that the trial will be completed as scheduled. Secondly, the pre-trial conference serves as an opportunity for each side to gauge the strength of his case. Each lawyer attending a pre-trial must prepare a written document called pre-trial memo. It summarizes the case that will be presented at the trial and is based upon the relevant document, testimony given at discoveries, and legal research. After reading the pre-trial memos and listening to the argument made by the lawyers at the pre-trial conference, the judge will offer an opinion as to the strengths and weaknesses of the case presented by each side. However, the pre-trial judge may not be the trial judge, since he or she has heard evidence about the lawsuit. Pre-trial is helpful in that it provides advance warning of weaknesses that need to be addressed before trial, and also encourages each side to be realistic about its chance of success. The final purpose of pre-trial conference is to encourage settlement. The vast majority of lawsuits do not proceed to trial, but are instead settled at some earlier point in the process. Some legal practitioners, who include Mr. Abimbola Ige and Kolapo Alimi, spoke on the significance of pre-trial hearing.
The preliminary stage of the retrial, where all the issues canvassed in the petition and the reply of the respondent will be streamlined to the issue that are germane. So pre-trial or pre-hearing will streamline what is the real issue, the bone of contention upon which the petition is based and upon which the reply of the respondent is based. So it is preliminary stage at which all the relevant documents that will be relied upon during the trial will be discussed, all the issues will be discussed, what will be expected, so that nobody will spring any surprise at each other. So that is the essence of pre-trial.
During the pre-trial, in order to fast-track the process during the trial, you have to come up, you have to explain to the tribunal the number of witnesses you have front-loaded and the actual number you are actually calling during the trial. The documents you are relying on, those ones you are objecting to, those ones you don't have objection to. Then, if you have motions, some motion could be taken during the pre-trial. So all these things will have been resolved during the pre-trial. So that when the trial actually commences, you don't go do serere, all these things, you just go for full-blown trial. That is the essence, and it's to make it fast.
As earlier stated, the judge who presided at the trial may not be the same judge who attended the pre-trial conference. The reason for this is that the pre-trial is intended to promote free and open settlement discussions and free expression of the judge on his or her opinion of the trial. In all, pre-trial conference provides key opportunity for settlement, and it only lasts for just 7 days at most. Adeyemi Aboderi, OSBC News.
Meanwhile, the Federal High Court sitting in Osogbo, the state capital of Osun State, has adjourned the airing of substantive suit in the proposed local government election, just as the Allied People's Movement joined the suit. Said Adeboje reports.
There were arguments for and against the application filed by the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission to stop the substantive airing of case filed by the People's Democratic Party seeking a stop on the proposed local government election. In his submission, the Director of Legal Services, OSEC, Mr. Jacob Anyayemi, explained that OSEC has appealed the previous ruling of the court granting the plaintiff an order of amendment in its suits. Mr. Anyayemi noted that since it is constitutional right to appeal judgment of the court, an application requesting a stop of the substantive hearing has been filed before the appellate court in Akure.
There was a ruling in that one. PDP filed an application to amend, which we opposed that they cannot amend. Court granted their prayers to amend. Then we filed an appeal on it. So we just informed the court today that the compilation of record, the appeal itself, everything has been done. That the appeal had been entered at the Court of Appeal Akure with respect to that challenge to the ruling. So, and we filed a motion to stay further proceedings in that case. They informed the court that they intend to react to it, and consequently the matter was adjourned to the same date.
In his submission, a legal counsel of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Ashim Abiyoye, was averse to the application as filed by OSEC, maintaining that it was just one of the ways to distract the court and boycott judgment.
Election that is being challenged is about 2-3 weeks away now. So if the court should stay proceedings now, so then what is the effect of the suit? So we will be opposing the application, and the court has given us the opportunity by granting an adjournment till 29th, which is about 3 days away now, for us to be able to react to the application. So we'll be strongly opposing the application.
Meanwhile, the Allied People's Movement, through its counsel, Mr. Gideon Oludayo, said that the political party has keen interest in the local government election and as such joined the case without objections from the parties concerned.
Well, the decision of the court is still fair, such that they have granted us our application to join. We have been granted to join the said suit, in that we have interest. As a party, we said we are interested. Our major concern is that we are interested in the matter. And our ground is that we have interest in the election that OSEC is about to conduct. That's our major ground.
In the meantime, the court has adjourned sitting till Thursday, 29th of September 2022. For OSBC News, this is Said Adeboje reporting.
Blackout is being experienced in some as the national grid has collapsed again. The report has it that the national grid. And now announcing the developments in Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company in a statement via its Twitter handle, said that incorrect affairs due to the system Electricity Distribution Company PLC also announced system collapse, adding that the current blackout affected the entire southeast. The announcement contained in a statement by the power distribution company issued in Enugu and signed by its head corporate communications, Mr. Emeka Eze, saying it resulted in the loss of supply currently being experienced across the network. He maintained that all the interface TCN stations are out of supply and unable to provide service to customers in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo State, adding that the distribution company is on standby awaiting detailed information of the collapse and restoration of supply from the National Control Center, Osogbo, Osun State. Major reports continues shortly. Stay tuned.
Báwo la ti fẹ́ sanwó ni? Farabalẹ̀. 1,000. We go wash plate tire o. Farabalẹ̀ now.
Madam, èló lówó wa?
Brother, na 3,005.
Màá fún yín ní owó òpè káàdì Glo ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún 10,000.
Ó yá.
Bring your phone.
Ah, 10,000.
These no people now, wow, 1,000 naira credit. Now it has gone to 10,000.
No. All of us don't know about Glo Berekete. Ní ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá nísìnyí.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́? Ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá ló máa gbà lórí iyekíye tó o bá rà sórí ohun ìpè Glo Berekete 10 times rẹ.
I told you. Now what go there?
You are welcome to our sports segment. Ahead of tomorrow's international friendly match between Algeria and Nigeria, suffered injury blow as defender Abdulkadir Bedrin has been ruled out. Omotayo Adebodun has the details.
Head coach Jamal Belmadi says he has total respect for the Super Eagles. The North Africans are unbeaten in their last 3 matches against the Super Eagles, and Belmadi's side defeated the Slew Stars of Guinea 1-0 last Friday. The Gava gave a number of newer players a run-out as the like of Riyad Mahrez and others were only named amongst the substitutes. The former Algeria international, however, promised to field a stronger team against the Super Eagles. Meanwhile, Algeria defender Abdelkadir Bedrin has been ruled out of the Desert Foxes international friendly against the Super Eagles of Nigeria tomorrow. Bedrin sustained an injury in Algeria's against the Desert 1-0 win last Friday. The 30-year-old spined his ankle in the encounter played in Oran, and according to information on the official website of the Algeria Football Federation. In the meantime, double Olympic champion Eliud Kipchoge has broken his own men's marathon world record at the race in Berlin, 1 minute 20 seconds off compatriot Dennis Kimeto's 2014 record of 51 seconds, prompting thought that he may become the first runner to break the 2 hours mark in an official race record. Omotayo Adebodun, OSBC News.
And on the foreign scene, a gunman has opened fire at a school in central Russia, killing at least 9 people and injuring 20. Reports say that the incident took place at school number 88, which has almost 1,000 pupils and some 80 teachers, and victims include pupils and a security guard at the school in the city of Zeg. And that ends the major report on OSBC TV. It was edited by Kayode Adebayo. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola, saying good night.